Resignation to God's will. Growing up, I'd always found it easy to complain. The world just seemed so full of problems. I'd grumble about bad weather, vent about political turmoil, and lament the tragedies I saw on the news. I saw these things as unfortunate, random events, things that were just a part of a broken world. My faith was personal, a private sanctuary, and I believed God was there for me when I needed Him. The big, messy, global stuff? That seemed to be humanity's problem to sort out. Then I read about the two aspects of resignation to God's will, general and particular providence. The concept of general providence, that God's hand is in everything from the rise and fall of nations to the changing seasons, was jarring. My mind resisted. How could wars and famines be part of a good plan? The message, however, was blunt. Complaining about these things was complaining about God Himself. This wasn't a noble, intellectual debate. It was an act of impiety. This truth forced me to re-examine my entire worldview. I realized I had been living with a divided faith. I trusted God with my own life, my particular providence, but had been a skeptic and a complainer about the world He created, His general providence. I saw my grumbling about the weather not as a harmless habit but as a lack of trust in the one who orchestrates the clouds. My anger at world events wasn't just righteous indignation, it was a rejection of His ultimate wisdom. This realization led to a profound shift. I began to practice a new kind of prayer, one of thankful approbation for God's entire plan. I started to look for His invisible hand in history, in nature, and even in the midst of chaos. It didn't mean I no longer felt sadness or empathy for suffering, but it meant I no longer saw it as a sign of God's absence. Instead, I began to see it as part of a larger, mysterious, and ultimately good tapestry. This belief brought a noble magnificence of thought, replacing my bitter complaints with a deep, abiding sense of awe for a God who is in control of it all. My faith was no longer just a private comfort. It became a lens through which I saw and trusted the world.